Hey YouTube. This is my very first video. I uploaded a video, but it didn't go through. It told me it was too long. And that's what I'm trying not to do, like make it too long. Anyway, my name is Lynn Qua. I'm your soul number nurse. And my thing is numerology. And I've been doing it for a long time. And I've been working with co-workers and people on the street and my doctor's receptionist and all kinds of folks. It's gotten to the point to where people will call me up or email me and ask me to do their numbers, and everyone who I work with are always amazed at how accurate my outcome is. So about 2 years ago, or a year or 2 years ago, a couple of my coworkers told me that I should get out on YouTube. And I've been wanting to do it, but I'm one of those shy kind of people, one of those introverted kind of folks. So, but here I am. I'm a little nervous because this is my very first social media, in person for you guys, viewing for you all. But I want to get right into it. I got into numerology because I really wanted to understand the world around me. I wanted to understand my parents, and I wanted to understand why we didn't have the connection that I thought we would have. My parents are like big time overachievers. They work really hard for all the things that they have, but they never really taught me, showed me, guided me, or nurtured me. Like, I went through so many problems in my life that I thought would have been unnecessary if they had taken the time to teach me, to pass down to me what they learned. But they didn't do that. But if you were to talk to them, they would tell you they did, but they did not. So I went through all kinds of stuff. I was homeless for a couple of years, and just some other issues that I don't want to get into right now. But I've gotten past all of those things, but it took years for me to get past it. And it put me in a place where I really wanted to understand my parents. So I asked them, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you show me? Why didn't you help build me? Wouldn't you want to take what you know and build on to what you brought into this world? And they just look at me like I'm crazy. Like, what are you talking about? And you know how parents are. You ask them questions about the past or ask them about your upbringing. They'll either act like they don't know, or they'll look at you like you're crazy, or they'll ignore you. So for me, I needed to understand why I was here. I wanted to know, why am I here? What is my purpose? And I asked so much until this system fell into my lap. Now, when it came into my lap, numerology came into my lap, I really wasn't interested in it. I thought, that's crazy. The Bible has everything that we need in it. But if you read the Bible and really understand it from that esoteric perspective, and I'm not an expert on it, I'm not claiming to be, but I know that numbers is a big part of understanding the Bible. So that's what caused me to be interested in astrology and numerology. When I started to understand my parents from that perspective, it helped me to understand why they are the way they are. And it changed everything. All the resentment, the anger, the frustration I felt towards them really started to change. It just flew out the window. From studying this system, I came to understand that a few things. That one, Earth is a school. It has to be a school, because everybody is here. If you have a name and a birthday, you have a purpose and a reason for being here. It's just that you have to know who you are, what your name means. That's one way of finding out what your purpose is. What your name means and what your numbers are from your birthday to understand a part of the reason why you're here. So Earth is a school. 2, I already mentioned it, we all have a purpose. 3, one of the other things I learned to understand through this system is that you can't change who you are, and you can't change anyone else. You are who you are. And if you think you can change someone, think again. If you think you change somebody, you probably forced them or bribed them or bullied them, because people are who they are. And that's all there is to it. And each of us is here to take care of our own business, to understand ourselves, and to be the best that we can be. That's number 4, but it's probably number 1. But these are things that I've come to understand through the process of working with so many names, so many different people, so many individuals, it has produced this healing for me in my life, where it just it alleviated just all the frustration that I was experiencing because I couldn't understand why my parents had left me in situations in which they didn't have to. But that was also, the situations that I was in was also a part of my destiny, so that I could get to this place where I am today to help anyone who needs help or wants my help or interested in understanding who they are or interested in my help. So I know that you guys, if you're looking at this video, I'm sure that you all have looked at other videos on numerology, and you all understand the system, the Pythagoras system, that the numbers are broken down. Well, the Pythagoras numerology system represents the single digits 1 through 9. And very briefly, I'm going to put it out there what each of the numbers and each of the letters are. So I'm going to do this really quickly. So 1 represents the letters. I'm going to tell you the letters, what each of the letters numbers are matched with. 1 is represented by the letters AJS. AJS. All right, and that's the individual. That person, if the first name, these are first names, I want you to think of this. If the first name starts with any of these letters that I bring up, this is the cornerstone of that person's personality or character, all right? It's not the whole thing, but it's huge, it's massive, all right? So if it's an A, J, and an S, these people are usually assertive, confident, they're very individualistic. Sometimes they like to work out, and it's about them. On the low end, they can be kind of narcissistic and a little aggressive. The second number is 2, and those letters are represented by BKT, and B as in Bobby, K, T is represented by the number 2, and these individuals are usually sensitive. If you know someone and the first name starts with any of those letters, they're sensitive people, and these individuals usually like to be in relationships or like to be connected with others, because 2 represents the other. They make really great mediators, and they're really good at finding information. 3, CLU. CLU, 3. 3 represents like the child of God. And these individuals, if the first name starts with a CLU, usually are they have an optimistic type demeanor. Usually they smile a lot, or they laugh, or they like to joke. They have a little joking nature about them. Usually they are gifted, they're creative, they have some type of talent. Lots of 3 people, CLU people I know, can either cook really well, or sing, or sew, or they make great comedians. The next number is the number 4, and 4 is represented by the letters DMV. 4 individuals are the focus people. They like to concentrate and focus on a project. They're the structure builders. Things have to make sense to them. They're very practical thinkers, and you usually hear them use that word. You know, if they get frustrated or something doesn't make sense to them, they'll say it's not practical. But they're very loyal, and most of them are pretty honest people. And that's DMV. All right, and they can be very judgmental on the low end. All right. The next number is the number 5, and 5 is represented by the letters ENW. ENW, people like their freedom. They like to talk. They love to express themselves. They love to say whatever's on their minds. And they're really good at administrative type work. They make good lawyers. The next number is the number 6. The letters are FOX, and these folks are very caring, very loyal. FOX, number 6, loyal, caring, nurturing. They love family, and they like to be with family. You know, it could be the family of the church, or the biological family, or the work family, or the community family. Family is really important to them. The next letter is the number 7. 7 is represented by the letters G, P, Y. G, P, Y. And GPY people are the investigators. They're introvert. They're curious. They're suspicious. And they are the thinkers. They're the ones who have to know why. And if you live with somebody who's a GPY person, I bet these people are they ask a lot of questions. They want to probe into certain things or parts of your life or maybe your day. They're very curious, and they're not happy until they get the answer that they want or that satisfies them. All right. The next number is the number 8, and is represented by the letters H, Q, Z. H, Q, Z. And number 8, HQZ people are practical wisdom type individuals. They're the brain people. They always think, they like the 7, but it's different. They have brain power. They think, they're forceful, they're very, they have a different type of energy where they like to be the boss. You know, they're really good at bossing people around and taking over a situation. They're really smart. They're really highly intelligent individuals. You know, very intelligent individuals. On the low end, they can be overly aggressive and a little intimidating. Okay, but they're really super smart. And usually when I look at people's numbers, I think it's good that they have an H, a Q, or a Z, or at least a 7 in their name, or the next number, which is the number 9. 9 is represented by 2 letters, and those letters are I and R. I and R. And those folks, if the first name starts with an I or R, they're very loving, they're very compassionate, they're very charitable, and they're also very dramatic. I mean, when these people get angry, they get angry. I mean, they can be very dramatic when they get, upset. But they're very generous and very caring. A lot of our people don't like to see people suffer. They feel for the suffering. They feel for humankind and mankind. All right? So this is my first time on here. So the next time, as I continue on with the videos, I'll get better. Maybe I'll have cue cards and some of that fancy stuff that my friends kept trying to tell me I should have. But I thought if I didn't do this now, I wasn't going to ever do it. So please stay tuned. And I hope this is helpful. And if you want a reading, you can always email me at snumbernurse@gmail.com. I'll put it below. Right. Have a blessed day.